everybody. Welcome. Here we are today. Please make sure that you're muted, and we're going to go ahead and I'll walk you through a breathing and visualization exercise. Okay, for the new moon. And so, just to lay the groundwork, as I've explained in the little introduction to this, what we're doing here. From ancient times, cultures around the world follow the lunar calendar. The moon is to the sun as a human being is to the divine. To me, that is the meaning of lover and divine beloved, reminding us to breathe, to take in and to release, and that we can always let go and begin anew, cleansing and purifying, cleansing and purifying. So go ahead, if you haven't already done so, just close your eyes and focus on your breath, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose or mouth, whichever is more comfortable. Feeling your belly rising and falling with each inhalation and exhalation. And as we begin, please take a moment to, in your own way, just silently pray or affirm for divine guidance, help, healing, and protection for this circle. Now, in your mind's eye, see yourself clearly. Now, imagine yourself walking along a path, and it is nighttime. The air is mild, with a slight breeze that tickles your skin, warm without being humid or clammy. There is a soft murmuring of a creek which you don't see, but you hear it as background to the chirping of crickets. You are coming up a gentle rise in the land, and over the crest of a hill, you find yourself arriving at a lookout point. And you see below you a shimmering landscape of a city with its lights twinkling in the distance. As you look over the brightly lit city, you realize that the sky is too bright for you to see the stars. But you'd come to see the stars on this new moon night. So you sit down and you wait. So just see yourself sitting down at this lookout point overlooking a city shimmering in the distance with bright lights. And then somebody arrives. This is your guide. Your guide arrives and sits with you. Just notice how your guide appears to you. In whatever form your guide takes, welcome and accept this special visit. And you sit down with this guide, and your guide hands you a book. As you flip open its pages, you land on a page. It is blank. And your guide says to you, you are starting on a clean slate. And your guide hands you a pen. You take that pen in your hand and you begin to write at the top of that page my intentions for the new lunar cycle. You can trace with your mind as the words are being written in pen with your hand upon that page. Now your guide gestures toward the city below, and the lights are turning off one by one, and soon the whole city is asleep, quiet and dark. And you sit there in the dark, listening to the crickets and the bubbling of the creek in the background. And you're very, very calm. You feel very safe and happy sitting next to your guide. You enjoy this beautiful night that is just the right temperature. Now you look at the sky, and there is no moon in sight. And against the velvety blanket of night, you see the sparkling jewels of the stars glittering down at you. So brilliant, so beautiful. So beautiful. And suddenly a bright twinkle appears to stand out from its surrounding cluster. And with it, a flash of insight comes to your mind. And you realize the very thing you need to work on these next 2 weeks. And you pause and just let that understanding blossom in your heart and mind right now. And see yourself writing that down in your book. Even if you don't see it happening in your mind's eye, you know that it's being done. it is written in your heart, this knowledge. Maybe it's just this one bright spark. And maybe several bursts of light appear for you in different parts of the night sky. And with each spark, you receive insight to add to your list in your book. And when you are finished, you close the book and you thank your guide. As you hold the book close, you know that your guide knows all that you've written and will continue to help you every step of the way, moving forward from this point on. Now I'd like you to just visualize a bright point of light in the middle of your heart, and it steadily grows bigger and brighter, encompassing your whole heart. And you feel a warmth growing in the middle of your chest. And this light grows brighter and bigger as it continues to expand beyond your heart to encompass your full body. And it moves beyond the layer that is closest to your physical body and expands further to encompass your mental, emotional, and spiritual layers as you understand them. And with each breath, this light grows more and more defined, and you can feel the vibration of its presence all around you. You know that you are always guided, protected, and loved every minute of every day, always. And when you don't feel that connection, you simply have to stop and remind yourself and breathe and remember your heart light and turn it on bright and beautiful. And this light is strengthened with each breath that we are taking right now. And our boundaries, the boundaries of our energy field, become defined with just the right amount of permeability to allow for information exchange during interactions with others, but always, at the end of the day, what's you remains you, and what is not you return to their origins. And each of us are perfectly safe, perfectly secure in our own skin, within our energy fields, in the light of the divine. So take a deep breath and let it out. Again, deep breath in and let it out. One more, take a deep breath and hold. Let it out with a deep, deep audible sigh. And the circle is closed. And I release you, you release me. Go in peace. And have a good night and restful sleep.